So today our topic is poison pill strategy. Let us go with definition, how it works, and case study. So before going into what is poison pill strategy, there are certain terminologies we need to know. What is the difference between shareholders and board of directors? Shareholders are basically owners of the particular company. They may be active or passive. An active owner is someone who is engaged in day-to-day activities, whereas a passive shareholder will just be an investor and they are not responsible for any accountability on day-to-day functioning of the particular company. So, who are board of directors? Now, board of directors are the people who are appointed by the shareholders to run this particular company. Example, a board of director may be a managing director or an independent director. So, those are the people who runs this particular company. So, in many cases, you see a shareholder or founder will be also in the board of directors. For example, in case of Twitter, Jack Dorsey is a founder, shareholder, also one of the member in the board of directors of this company. What is a takeover? When one company wants to buy another company, that is called takeover. Now, company A, for simplicity purpose, let us take company A wants to buy company B and they are ready to give 10 rupees per share and they want 10 percentage of the share. Now, the procedure is they will submit this particular bid to board of directors of the company B. So, board of directors of the company B will see whether the bid is acceptable or not, and it is up to their own conditions on terms and conditions, and whether they feel it is okay, they will tell the bid is accepted. Once the bid is accepted by the board of directors of company B, now shareholders will give their 10 percentage to the company A. So that is called dilution of the share. When both the parties, company A and company B, are satisfied with this deal, that is called friendly takeover. Now, the other case is hostile takeover. The same company A submits the bid, they are asking for 10% of the share. Now, they are ready to pay only 5 rupees per share, which means in earlier case it was 10 rupees per share, now it is 5 rupees per share. Now, the board of directors tells that their company price is 10 rupees per share, but company A is bidding for only 5 rupees per share, which means they are losing 5 rupees per share. So, the board of directors reject this bid. Now the company A desperately wants to buy the company B. So instead of going to board of directors, the company A is directly going to the shareholders. And this is called hostile takeover. Company A tries to do a hostile takeover. The real procedure is first the board of directors should accept the bid, then only the shareholders should sell their shares. But when the company A tries to approach directly to shareholders, that is called hostile takeover. Now, what the company as a board of directors will do, they adopt this something called poison pill strategy. By definition, the poison pill strategy refers to defense strategy used by the target company, target firm. That is, here the case is company B to prevent or discourage a potential hostile takeover of an acquiring company. In this case, it is company A. The potential target use this tactics in order to make them look less attractive to potential acquirer. So, what is actually a poison pill strategy? Now, as we stated, the company B, its share price is $10 per share. The outstanding shares are 2,000. Outstanding shares are nothing but the overall shares which is possessed by company B. And shareholding patterns of their B1 is a owner 1, owner 2, or promoter 1, promoter 2. There are 5 promoters. So each promoter is holding 200. So overall promoter holding is 890 shares out of 2,000 shares. So which means promoters are holding 45% of overall company. So remaining 1,110 it is available in the open market. Now some company called A which is trying to do a hostile takeover. Hostile takeover means without the permission of the board of directors and the shareholders, they are trying to acquire this company. So you see percentage of the owners shareholding is 10, 10, 10. So there are no maximum is only 10. Now some company comes and acquire 300 shares of this particular company and owns 15% of this company, which means without the consent of the owners, some company is trying to become a major shareholder. So this is called a hostile takeover. Now what happens when this scenario occurs without your knowledge, or when someone is trying to dominate you, there that triggers something called shareholders right plan. When it is getting triggered, when when someone owns more than 15 percentage of your company or 20 percentage of your company, just as per your terms and conditions which is stated in your shareholding patterns. Okay, now what happens when someone owns more than 15 percentage of your company? That triggers something called shareholders right plan. what according to that plan is, now you have 2000 shares. Now what happens, every promoter is entitled to get twice, which means if he holds 200, he can hold 300, he can hold 400 shares. Okay, so if he owns 190, he can own 380. So what happens, their shares will be doubled. So instead of 890, it will become 1780, and still the shareholding pattern will change. Now see, earlier it was 45, now it becomes 62. But whereas this company A cannot buy any other additional share because he was the major shareholder. So when someone tries to buy more than others without their knowledge or without their consent or permission, except this particular promoter, others are entitled to get more shareholding rights plan. So now what happens after that? Now the shareholding pattern of the promoters or owners becomes 62, whereas the company A will be 300 divided by 2880. Only it remains 10%. Earlier it was 15%, now it 10%. What happens? Here 2000 shares become 2880 shares. How would that become 2880 shares? The shareholding right plan of for the B1, B2, B3, B4, B5 got triggered and their shares got doubled. So is their total shares. So out of 890, this 890 additional 880 was added here. Now everyone become these people become major shareholders, whereas this company A become minor shareholder. Now this company A cannot become a major shareholder of this particular company, thus avoiding this company from a hostile takeover. So takeover is when someone become a major stakeholder. So when A was trying to become a major stakeholder, shareholders' right plan got triggered, and the existing promoters' shares were able to get doubled, thereby reducing the company A's shareholding pattern to less than the 15 percentage or the percentage which is maximum. So this is how a poison pill strategy or shareholding rights plan get triggered and saves a company from getting a hostile takeover. Thank you. B1, B2, B3, B4, all the promoters should definitely need additional cash to buy the stakes. This 200 become 400 is not just by numbers. So additionally, 200 shares has to be bought at discounted price. Example, now the current price in the market is $10. This particular promoter can buy at 50% discount or 60% discount. Say if it is 50% discount, now $10 per share will become $5 per share. So additionally, he need $1,000 to make this 200 count to 400 count. So this 50% discount or 70% discount, say 70%, 30% discount means $7 per share. So he need $1,400 additionally to make his 200 shares to become 400 shares, that by raising his stake from 10 percentage to 14 percentage. So the downside of this particular shareholders right plan is the existing promoters need additional cash to increase their quantity. That is the downside of this. This additional quantity, how much required to increase their stake, depends on how much they can able to avail the discount from the current market price. So that's all. When a company tries to a hostile takeover of one particular company, the existing shareholders are entitled to get the shareholders right plan, thereby increasing their stake while reducing the stake of the hostile company and making them a minor shareholder. So that's how the poison pill strategy works. Thank you.